I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Hunter, and this is the Family Showdown!
Oh my goodness. I was not in charge of the pictures. That's ridiculous.
You'll get your revenge when I do my video.
I know, I can't wait. Hello! How's it going, everybody? Welcome. It's so exciting to see y'all piling into the chat already. It is Top 100 Games of All Time 2021 edition. Woo! And today, we get to discuss the ones that just made the list. And I might squeak in the one that just didn't make this list. Because it's sad to me.
Cheating.
It's one off. It's so sad.
But before we do that, this is the introduction. Too.
It is. So hi. You already got our names. What's yours?
So we switched this year.
We did. This is crazy.
So normally I do my list first.
Yes.
In the fall, and
yes.
then Rebecca does her list in the winter. First part of the year.
Yes.
We did a little poll.
We did.
Ad hoc, as they say in the biz, an ad hoc poll, and they wanted you to go first this time. So
they just like to watch the world burn. They're like, let's mix it up a little bit and get crazy.
Which is unfortunate because now I can't give her grief about where mine rank compared to hers because I haven't done my list yet. So it makes her life a little bit easier, and then I get the crap on the back end.
That means I have to do a lot more work when you do your list, though, because I'm going to be like, oh, doesn't have that. I'm going to have to do the note taking this year.
All right,
I'm ready though.
All right,
I got highlighters and everything.
So I do have a piece of paper to take notes.
How interesting.
But anyway, so first off,
yes,
as we always discuss.
Oh dear,
how did you make the list?
Well, what I did is, first of all, I go in and make sure that I have all the games that we've played and owned and everything are in my BGG list. Kind of, with Hunter's assistance, found some errors in that, so that was exciting.
You say the sound's low. I think we turned it down last video.
We probably did, and I apologize. Maybe I'm not super loud and obnoxious tonight.
I'm gonna bump it up just a little bit.
A little bit. Is that better, peeps? Is that better? I don't want to shout. I've been doing that a lot today. We played a lot of academic, competitive style games today. So I'm kind of quiet probably too. Anywho, but yes, so I make sure my list is kind of up to date, do this thing, work the magic, and then download it onto an Excel sheet, because you can do that, it's cool. And then once I do that, I go over to the Pub Meeple game ranker thing that they have and play around with that for a long time. This year, I tried to cut it down to closer to 200 games. Last year, I got crazy and did like 250 or 260 games. And I was like, we're not having this nonsense this year. Only 200. Only. So I did that. Oh, good. The sound's better. Thank you. Thank you for feedback, peeps. And so we did that. I sat there and clicked. It does you with 2 choices at a time. I kind of like that. Otherwise, what I used to do is take note cards and do that. But we have a lot of games, and that's a lot. That stack of note cards is getting stupid. So, trying the Pub Meeple thing, do that. I've been doing that for years. We click. You make all those choices, and then boom, after 1,200 odd clicks, have a ranking system. Amazing, fancy that. So did that. Went through, printed it out, and then next to it, tried to print what was in that spot last year, and found out where those same, like where that game was ranked last year, if it was ranked. There were new games, of course. There are some games that have dropped off. There are games that have fluctuated every which way in all directions. Actually, to be completely honest, I haven't studied the middle part of my list yet to see how much it got mixed up. But I will tell you, somebody, I won't mention any names, might have a hissy fit or two a couple times during this series. It'll be exciting.
A couple times. But anyway, so the last 2 years you've had themes to your list. Is there a theme to this year? Because 2 years ago, it was family games, playing games with family. So all the family and lighter games did really well. Last year, due to reasons, you punished large player count games and attacky style games.
I think this may be the year of the sweet spot games.
Sweet spot.
So these are the games that last an hour to 2 hours play really well, 2-player, but maybe play better multiplayer. I'm thinking that's what this is. You guys can tell me what you think about that, but I think that's just at a glance, that's what I'm seeing. There's some heavy duty. It's got a really big blend again. You guys know I'm an omni gamer. I play pretty much everything. So there's a lot of really heavy games on here. There's a lot of really, as Hunter likes to call them, so light they fly away games too. So I don't know. This is interesting. Things have shifted for sure.
I said Lorenzo's the top 10 because that's what we always call the sweet spot game.
Oh yeah, the
The
Lorenzo.
90-minute mid to heavy Euro game.
Lorenzo did move. I did see that.
No
But I'm not telling
spoilers.
you
No
where.
spoilers. All right, so feel free. This is kind of a I don't know if loosey-goosy's the right way, but
What kind of show you running here?
It's not like a structured
No,
show.
it's not.
It's
not
more
super
of
structured.
a kind of get you going into the game.
Yeah,
Give you a
we're
little
gonna talk
taste
about
of things.
stuff. We're gonna talk about
And
things.
We'll talk about at the end what the schedule is going to be like and things like that.
So you can see what's happening.
But this is just kind of the. So if you have any questions, what I mean by that is if you have any questions or you want to discuss anything or ask about how she made the list, what she did, some trends or anything like that.
Oh yeah, or anything about the games.
Or obviously.
So because
yeah.
I sometimes just kind of do broad sweeps about the games, and if you want to know more about stuff, Mr. Smarty Pants over here either knows it or I can look at this and all that kind of good stuff too. So it's very fun.
I'm kind of off camera.
You aren't. Don't go away. We want to keep you. Yes.
But you're the star. I'm just kind of the sideshow.
You're
in more than one way, I guess. All right, let's do it. Let's go. Let's get
All
it
right.
starting with number 110.
Starting with number 110. And you know what? I think some of this is doesn't have the fresh and new feel, but it's a classic feel. You guys will know what I'm talking about when I mention San Juan. This was one of the first games that we ever played that has some crazy multi-purpose cards.
Right.
This is largely a card game also, which you guys know I have a very fond attachment to cards for whatever reason. And so this was cool. It was cards and it had like multi-purposes. So you sit there and agonize over these really cool choices between how do I want to use this? Do I want to use the cool like one-shot ability on it? Do I want to use it for the resources? Do I want to ditch it and get some money or something for it? Oh my gosh, there's all these great choices. And so it's one of those where you kind of build up a little bit of an engine and stuff and you want to produce goods and this and that and obviously get the most victory points and win the game. I know, end of story. That's like most of the games we play, right? Victory points are involved. But I don't know, there's nothing flashy about the art or the cards really. But this is like the granddaddy of those multi-purpose cards for me because it was the first one really that we played that had that kind of thing with it. Loved it. Still love it. But there's a lot of games now that give it more teeth.
Yeah.
And this is now kind of what this game is as a whole. Sometimes it's just an element of a game now.
Right.
And so that's kind of, dated this somewhat. But obviously not too much because it's my 110. So
this one, a lot of people call this Puerto Rico the card game, which is basically is.
Okay, there you go.
In fact, it may have been one of the original, I don't know if it was the original name, but it was one of the suggested original names for it. So
was it really?
Yeah, I mean it's based exactly. It's Puerto Rico.
Go.
It's Puerto Rico the card game. I mean it plays a lot quicker, more streamlined, but it does have that role selection that you see in Puerto Rico. The same resource management that's in Puerto Rico. But yeah, this. If it isn't the first, it's one of the first multi-use card games that we played. I think we may have played Race for the Galaxy before this one.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. So.
I'm not sure. Yeah, either way, it was right around the same time. So either way, it was like, oh, wow, card games that do cool things. It was a whole new world at this point. And this is, of course, got a special spot for that. So I saw a couple questions. Will I dress up for the top 10 like a fancy awards show? You did get that top hat. I could dress up. We could look quite dapper now.
Should I do like envelopes and she can open the envelopes?
And my number 10 is. We'll think about it. I saw some other ones here. This is fun. Yay, Vanderberg. Hello. Aw, thanks for joining us. And did you really? Looking at it right now? Awesome. Okay. Cool Niner fan. Yes, I think you'll like this game. It's fun.
It's a good one. It's like I said, it plays really quick. What is it? 45 minutes? For
Yeah,
us?
it's well, yeah, but that's the first game's gonna play longer, of course.
It says on the
but-
back a great 2-player game.
And it is. It's very good. I agonize over the choices, especially first couple times when you're trying to learn, like, because there's combinations of things that work better. So your first play or two, you're not going to be super like 45 minutes, get through this, because
Right,
you're going to
right.
want to study those and get the best combinations. But over time, yes, it does go really fast, which is really fun. Someday, Coraloo, I'm going to be able to play games with you on BGA. I swear. I cannot wait. I see you playing like games and stuff, and I'm going to play on BGA. It'll
Right.
happen.
Nifty stuff.
I know. So there's 110. Very exciting. And then
You want to mention the
this is interesting. It was 113 last year. So that's staying pretty strong. It's staying within 3 points of itself. Pretty sweet. Your 109's Uno. Go Dano. I love it. All right, so let's move on to my 109. This one dropped a little bit. Hunter's going to cry.
I know.
You already saw it, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of the few ones I can actually see from where I'm sitting.
And that's Le Havre. So poor harbor. Okay, the harbor. Yeah. I like that they put on the back the town and the harbor, because it's actually the name of a town. I just think that's cute that they put that there. So this was my 82 last year. It dropped off the 100. I think it's just because my top 100. I really want to make a top 200 anymore.
Oh no.
There's so many
I
good
don't.
games. No, I wouldn't do that series. You guys would be bored to
You
tears.
can do
like,
it. You just have to
games
make that.
forever.
You have to make the first 100, the 100 to 101, 200 to 101s have to be fast, like rapid
Just like
fire.
yeah, just like hey, we'll do it in 20 minutes. Let's go.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. But yeah, this one, oh man, it's not that it's we always joke about this. Oh no, it fell off the top 100. It's a terrible game. That's baloney.
Yeah, but you gotta be getting close to 1,000 different games played. I would
easy,
guess. So
easy.
it's still in your not quite the top 10%.
But that's stupid high.
Yeah,
Okay,
it is
let's
stupid high.
just put it there. It's stupid high. This game is a bit heavier than the last one we were talking about. This one's a lot heavier. So
Yeah, this is a big boy.
Uwe Rosenberg, heavy Euro game, and this is like one of his biggest big boys. So
Yeah.
he's got big games. And this one is so cool. You have a tableau of different types of buildings and stuff that you can purchase from, and you're building up an engine of getting these resources. So for a while you're going to have clay, but eventually you can upgrade them and make bricks. But there's also going to be a card that changes the clay to bricks and all this stuff. And so you're doing that, and you have to, it's worker placement to do your actions. So Hunter could come and snipe my brick making factory before I can go there to use it.
Right.
And then I have to wait a whole nother turn cycle to get to it to use it. So you have to have plan A and plan B and probably plan C, depending on how many players you have going on. Meanwhile, this also has this feed your people mechanism that you can help by building ships and stuff that automatically bring some food in for you. So you're not constantly spending your entire time going, I need to bake bread. I need to go fishing, that sort of thing. Or if you really enjoy baking bread and going fishing, you can spend the whole game doing that. That's your choice. I've done some of all of the above. Meanwhile, Hunter's over here and he's like, I've got my cows and I made some leather and I'm making a fortune and I've destroyed you in the game. And I'm like, oh, okay. This is not one of those games I play necessarily to win because Hunter's like a total beast at this game, but it is so much fun to play. It's really got tight turns, really good choices. And it's one of those things where, yeah, somebody may steal your ideal spot, but there's always great choices for your backup. There's always somewhere you can go to do things. It may be not, again, the best thing that you want, but you should always have like backup plans on how you're going to build up your resources and how you're going to earn money in this and that. And and over time, there's going to be multiples of the things that you want to do for the most part. Some of the expensive, difficult things like making the leather and stuff, there's only that one store. But a lot of times you get some other little help aid that is, going to help you build up stuff. Or over time, if no one goes to a place, the resources keep building. So sometimes we'll look over and there's like a pile of fish. The thing, and you're like, well, I guess I'm starving, so I'm going to go over here and get the 30 fish that have piled up. It's great. It's a lot of fun. Again, it's heavy. This is not one of those where you're like, I'm going to learn about Uwe Rosenberg today. Let's play Le Havre. I would not recommend starting with this one.
Right.
But I would definitely want to finish with it. It's one of his strongest, coolest games. Yeah, I know. It's my 109. And there's more that I love.
I'm not gonna,
but this one's a classic. Like,
I'm
classic.
not going to give you too much grief. There's certain things I'll give you grief about. That's not one of them. I know you don't like this as much. You like the animal ones better.
I do tend to like the ones with hose animals, yes.
Anyway, this is, if it isn't his heaviest game, it's pretty close to the top. There's two versions. You can play a short version, which is like an hour and a half, or you can play the full blown mega version, which is 3+ hours. So, for the longest time, we played the short version, and finally decided to play the long version. We actually enjoyed it quite a bit, but it is a time commitment. But I like this game because it's got a lot of efficiency puzzles, which I like in games. Like you said, you start off, you're basically
you have nothing almost.
You have nothing. You're like getting clays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then you have a way to make bricks, but then later on, there's a better way to make bricks. Do I upgrade that? Do I spend the time to get the thing that makes the bricks better? Or I just use my inefficient brick making system, or what? Yeah. Or maybe we need two because she keeps taking my brick maker. So I need to build a second one so that there's two sources to make bricks.
It's true.
There's specialty buildings that are randomized every turn. If you play the long game, there's specialty buildings that are randomized
there's
each
two different ways to play. Another plus.
So it changes up how you play and what you're doing. There's shipping that you can do. You can just build ships to send your resources off to get victory points. You can just get lots of stuff, make lots of money, and you can feed your people by getting 1,000 fish, or you can build boats. There's so many great choices in this game, but this should be your 4th or 5th Uwe game you play probably.
Because it's a
start with like patchwork.
Yeah, work your way up.
Work your way up to this one. Yeah. This is an amazing one if you like economic games. This is probably one of his most economic feeling games that he has. So there you go.
It's so much fun.
It's my favorite Uwe. It's not her favorite Uwe.
So I saw a couple questions. The website that sorts out the list is Pub Meeple. So pub, like Irish pub. Yes, pub and then Meeple, all one word. And on their website, they have I think it's just called Game Ranker or Game Ranking, and you can go in there and click on that. And you can download your list from BGG.
Yeah,
they've got a direct download thing.
Yeah, if you have your list in BGG, download it, and it's just a copy and paste, or you can just type if you want to type them, or you can build an Excel spreadsheet, a one-column spreadsheet, copy paste that directly into it. And the more I believe it's a bubble sort of some kind.
Yes.
So the more you put, it grows kind of exponentially. So if you put 200 games in there, you're looking at about 1,000.
1,200
comparisons. You put more than 200. You're like almost 300 games.
No. That was last year. This year I dropped it. It's only maybe I did 255.
Yeah. So it's about 200 games is about 1,000 clicks. If you do 100 games, it's probably going to be 500 or so clicks. It grow. It's not linear. It does this kind of thing. The more you put, it gets crazier.
It's exciting, but it's fun. It's kind of fun because it does one-on-one. It's like, which one do you like better? It kind of helps you compare the apples and the oranges, which I find difficult at best. Sometimes I get kind of stuck on that. So yeah, and
well, I knew what your ranking was last time. We have 82 written down. You put 83.
I think she was just recalling it.
I think it's 80. I went 82. We may be off. We kind of last minute did the things. When we do the pre-recorded, it'll be.
Yeah, we look them up ahead of time and all that.
But we kind of just.
But yeah, another thing that I'm seeing people already starting to do, which makes me so happy, is some people like to do the top 100s along with us and chat about the games in the chat. So if you don't have the chat open, I do recommend that you follow along with our awesome people that are sitting in here with us, because you guys always add so much fun and a lot of cool other things. Danos?
Yeah.
You going blind?
He had only a certain number of games, so he threw in some mass market ones at the end.
Yes, I love it.
It reminds me of my very first top 100.
One. We did that.
I was struggling to
hard.
put the ones on there, and I had to think of childhood games that I played, because I played a ton of games through college, and I didn't play games for a while after that. And so I had to kind of go back and think about what games I liked when I was younger to kind of fill out my list. Now we've got.
It's like, oh, now I want to do 200.
Now I've got thousands.
Hunter's like, no, I'm just indecisive. That's why. I like all the games. So yes. Okay, so onward to my 108. This one you probably don't care about. This one dropped. And I think it's because we haven't played it a lot. And there's so many games that do similar things now that have a little more meat to them. So it's still a game I really, really like. It was my 68 last year.
I'm supposed to be doing buttons here,
my
right?
68 last year. And it is my 108, and that is Deus. So this game, it has two things going on. It's kind of like a little central map, weirdly shaped map thing going on in it. So you're going around and doing things on the map. But the real cool part, the part that I really get into, is the card part that's in front of you in your player section. Because as you're dealing and working with these cards, there are cards that have to do with the different deities. Theme is not real strong with this, we'll just put it that way. But they have kind of like their own factions, their own gods. Okay.
Yeah, different suits of cards.
Yeah, they're different suits.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Okay, so the different gods, you stack them up and you stack them so you can see them, and they all have abilities. Well, when you fire that off, boom, 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 all of those fire.
Right.
So stuff you had at the bottom, you're gonna have those fire off a lot. So those first cards you're putting down, hopefully, I mean, even if they're not that great, I mean, it's going to add up over time. You're going to get all these resources. So you have this big, huge engine builder going on, but it's based off of these different factions, and the different factions are different actions that you're doing on the board. So you kind of want to mix and match depending on what you're doing with your engine building, what your actions are, and what you're doing on your board, so that you can fire off all the stuff that's in front of you. So you want to build up these nice sets of things, but in the correct factions. So there's a really fun balance going on, but it's the cards and their abilities are great, and it's so much fun to just fire those off, and you're like, okay, all of this happened, so now I have the ability to do this, this, and this, and this, and I can use these resources to do this, and it just makes this huge chain. So you start off with nothing, and you're barely, again, scrambling to put a couple cards out and have something happen when you get to do an action, to the end where you're like, I do one thing, and kaboom! It's like a
what was that again?
A kaboom! Just like that, exactly like that. Everything fires off, you get to do a bunch of things, and next thing you know, you're like, I just got myself 10 points or something crazy. It's really fun. It's a lot of fun. This doesn't have a lot of flash or flair to it, but the mechanisms in it really are driving this game.
Yep. If you like combos on cards, this is all that's it about. And like you said, it's really cool because not only are you doing that card combos and things like that, it's driving what you're doing on a map. So it does still, like, even though it's really, really card based, it feels like a Civ game because you actually have guys moving around the map building buildings and beating barbarians and doing all sorts of stuff on a map. So it's a little bit of both. What are you laughing about?
Fox Skull on there instead of Amadeus is playing Deus.
He's doing Rock Me Amadeus.
Yes, Rock Me Amadeus. And I'm like,
and
no.
is Coraloo that has the box thing going on?
Oh, Hunter, are you trying to like subconsciously tell us you hate this game? Did you see that? It doesn't match.
I like Deus. It's good. It's not like one of my favorites, but I'll play it. I'll play it.
The box tells.
I play it.
The box tells.
I'll play it. I do not look at the box backs at all. When we play a game, I take the bottom of the box, I throw everything in it, I pick up the lid, and I put it on. And if it's got a 1 in 4 chance of being the right direction. So probably 25% of our games are
wants to call.
25% of our game backs are the right direction, except for the ones that are not squares. If they're rectangles, then it's a 50-50 shot.
It's like I don't even know you. All right, fine. So let's move on from what's obviously going to disappear forever next time. Guys, watch out.
I like Deus. It's a good game. It's just not one of my favorite. I like a more attacky Civ games. This one doesn't have a lot of attacky going on.
Possibly. So this one was my 124 last year. It jumped up to 107, I think, because I got to play it a few times. And it's just, again, we kind of played it to death for a while, and then it sat for a while, and we're starting to play it a little more, and I played it with a few people. And that is the adorable little game, my 107, Jaipur. Isn't it cute? It's so cute.
It's in a new fancy box now.
Is it now? Mm-hmm. Oh, I like this box. It's so nice. I mean, if you have a large purse, you can just pop it in, take it with you. Fun little tiny game. 2-player, duke them out. You've got a whole bunch of cards, and you're trying to get sets of cards. And the more that you have in your set, so you can go from 3 to 4 to 5 or how many, when you lay them down, that depends on, it gives you a choice on how many like reward coins you get, and they're worth victory points the more you lay down. So you get a set of 5, that's a huge amount of points, and you get to take a coin from a pile that gives you more victory points for the larger sets versus there's a pile if you turn in 3, turn in 4, turn in 5. So you're going to try to turn in the biggest sets, get these victory points. They have little camels that let you the camels trade out cards, so you can trade out cards and stuff for camels. So you're not always giving up all your cards and stuff. And then at the end of the game, you flip over and look at all your coins and stuff and count up your victory points. And I believe we do 2 games.
3 rounds.
Is it 3 rounds?
3
yeah, best
rounds.
2 out of 3 kind of thing, right? Because you have to win twice.
Yeah, I get to win twice. So it could be 2 rounds.
So yeah, it can be 2 rounds. Often is. Actually, no, it's often 3 rounds.
This one's quick. I mean, each
quick.
Each round's about 10 minutes. It plays super fast. It's 2-player only. I'm sure you said that.
Yes, I did.
I like it. It's a good one. Paul said it's kind of random in chat, but yeah, it is. But it's 30 minutes, so
there you go. It's
and
fun. It's fun because you're drawing cards.
I'm not gonna make this the whole show, but
what in the world?
Someone mentioned it's 50-50 shot. I'm like,
I'm gonna go and fix all the games I like back so that he doesn't remember this.
I do not even look at all. It doesn't.
No, usually you load the lid and then you're like, I loaded the lid, and then he does this. And so
there's a number of games that are packed upside down that we have.
Then you just gave up, yeah.
I just took the bottom when I loaded and
we're like, hey, it's shut. We're good. There's people out there cringing and crying out loud. But that's it.
Sometimes you don't want to reload an entire big game box that's full of stuff. You just poof.
That's right. Especially those full ones, right? Now, this game setup wise, if you want to make it look pretty, yeah, it might take you a little bit of time to line up the coins and all this. I call them coins; they're just the cardboard thingies,
right?
But you could just dump them in a pile of the type and make sure you have, setup can be.
They have to be in order.
Yeah, they have to be in order, but yeah, not that much, not too bad. Setup's almost nothing. All right, that's Jaipur. That's my 107. So my next one, this is interesting. It was my 1010 last year. It's moved up a little bit.
You said 1010.
I say 1010. It's 110. 1010.
1010.
And it jumped all the way up to 106. Not even sure why. Thousands of places.
It's funny, as much as you complain about this game.
No, I just say it's ugly. I just say this game's ugly. It's not pretty. You'll understand. Where is it? Oh, here it is. The cover's the prettiest thing on it. If you can't see that, the glare is kind of, ooh, this is a shiny game. This is Yokohama.
Yeah, it's got the.
It's very stark. It's got color. It's just not fancy. Like I'm saying, this is by far the fanciest.
Japanese artwork.
I like Japanese artwork, but this is that very, what am I looking
muted.
For? Well, yeah, it's muted.
Subdued.
Yeah.
Boring.
Yeah, definitely.
I disagree. I like the artwork.
Okay, he likes it. Okay, everybody always is like, you're crazy. But I don't know. For the longest time, I was just bored by that art, and it kind of set me off, and I didn't want to play it. Because it's also a pretty heavy game. But
it is a heavy game.
Now, I have played this several times, and it's a really, really good game. I mean, just the gameplay has turned me away from its hatred of the art to believe that the game mechanics themselves are a work of art. So if you just focus on that beautiful, beautiful, efficient mechanism, you can ignore the hideous art. So there you are. So this one is fun because you're doing a worker placement thing, but it's in a weird way. You kind of have to make like a trail, sort of, as you're moving. So you got to move to connected areas. So you need to plan your turns accordingly because on each of these different squares, you have completely different actions and abilities that you can do. And again, once again, you're building up engines and resources to turn them in to do certain things to get the victory points. If you've played Istanbul, it's kind of like a heavy-duty,
a very heavy version of Istanbul.
It's kind
of different how the discs work.
Yeah, the movement's different.
The movement in Istanbul, you're kind of on a chain.
Yeah,
you move. You have certain number of discs you move, and then you have to go and collect them back. This one's you're kind of creating trails that you can.
Yeah, you have a trail. Yeah, that's better. It's really weird. They're similar but different. That makes so much sense, I know, to you. But if you've played them both, you'll totally know what I'm talking about.
Massively heavy.
No, this is crazy heavy.
Compared to Istanbul.
Oh, yeah. Crazy heavy. But, it's so smooth.
Yeah.
Which I think is just, with a very heavy game, that can be really tricky. Usually games have a little bit of, like, clunkiness to them or something. Because they're so heavy that it's like, well, they had to fix this and tweak this a little bit. So you're like, oh, this is kind of fiddly. But this game is not. It's really smooth gameplay. Everything makes sense. It just fits. Everything, I don't know how to explain it better than that. It's just really smooth. So once you learn how to play, it's pretty easy to go back and play it again because everything makes sense on how the turns should work and what you should be able to do with what. The signs, the emblems and stuff are very clear. It's obvious what means what. There's nothing that's really confusing about that. And that's also something that's really nice on a game that's got to have a lot of symbols and emblems and things to keep track of. Pretty cool. So, super solid game. If you want another heavy-duty hitter, this is a really good one.
Yeah, it's got what I like in a Euro game. At first, you're starting out, you're doing like one little tiny action, get a couple of resources. By the end, you're building trading posts and doing all these massive actions and comboing turns and doing all sorts of cool stuff. But as heavy as this game is, of course, I'm not talking about the first time you play, but eventually once you learn it and you know what's going on, it actually only plays in like an hour and a half. Which, for as heavy as this game is, it seems like it should be a much longer game, but it's not. And as much as you accomplish in that hour and a half. What are you laughing at?
I'm just laughing at the chat.
Oh.
They're great. So does when Bill was talking there about back to when we were talking about packing boxes upside down and stuff, and he says, so does the board go in the box first or last? Depends on if you pack the lid or not.
If you pack it correctly. So here's my.
We have a theory about this.
It's a tangent here. But
and this is a good game to talk about too because it's got lots of bits and pieces. It's not chock full.
So it goes. Here's the rule. Here's the thing. It goes board first.
Board.
Rule book next.
Oh, faux pas. This is on top. Sometimes the rule book's on top.
No, it's because you forget. That's the only reason it's on top.
Oh, I forget? What? Oh,
no,
I forget.
We forget.
Oh, okay.
I forget.
The collective
It
royal
goes board, rule book, flat components, slightly flat components.
Okay. This game is
and then
not the example game
flat components.
So no, you this
It's right. Look,
it is now. It wasn't.
Well, it's been stored vertically, so it's
excuses. And look at this. Look at that abomination. Right after he just told you how to do it. Oh, what just happened? What just happened? Live, no less. Like, hey, I want to. Oh, you're fixing it. Oh, okay. Can't handle it anymore. Don't want to be made an example of. I get it.
You also, if you score, if you store vertical, you got to remember to put the heavier things towards the bottom of the box. So there you go.
Yes.
See?
How do y'all pack the terraforming Mars box? Well, we could do a separate entire video on that.
So you got board, rule book, flat things, and then less flat things.
Yeah, look, yellow cubes. Woo! I'm telling you, it is not something where you're like, wow.
And look, I'll even put the cover on the right direction. Just
look at that. Well, yeah, because you want to keep this game. We know.
There you go. Boom. So
guys,
look, now open it back up.
No,
the back is right.
No, see, the back's right.
We've gone off on a crazy tangent here. Now look, you open up.
You're here for it. Look at that. Lovely. Right. Lovely.
There, I packed it right just for the folks at home.
Amazing. You just didn't want any more grief. It's all good. I love it. All right. So that was Yokohama, my number 106. So my number 105 has dropped a bit. It's dropped from 83 to 105.
It's a game I still haven't played.
You don't want to play these games.
This is one you have to write, right?
Yes.
And then I'm out. Here, I'll do it. I'll write. No.
Do you have a picture for this? This is the one I don't have currently.
Yeah, as soon as you reach for that box, I'll push a button.
I don't have the box. That's the point.
Oh, that's right. Say it.
It's Balderdash. Actually, it's beyond Balderdash.
Look at that.
Look at you. My IT guy's on point. Okay. So it's dropped a little bit. I haven't been able to play it. It may go back up a little bit this year now that we have Board Game Club back up and running at school. Because somebody won't play it with me. You saw the big no.
I would try this game once to prove that I don't like
No. Don't ruin it for me.
I don't like writing games. Sorry.
It's not that you're writing. So Beyond Balderdash is Balderdash kind of plus. So Balderdash has been around for a long time. And Beyond Balderdash, so what you have is they find a bunch of great antiquated words that people don't really use anymore, but they're still legitimate words and things that people don't use very frequently, stuff like that are just big words or weird words. And they ask you to write down a definition, which is really fun if you read a lot. Sometimes every once in a while you'll see one and you're like, I actually know what that is. And then you can have fun with people. But if you don't, you can have a lot of fun just faking your way through it. The trick is to make it look like a real definition. and you just write it out, and then you hand it into the person who's it. Everybody takes turns being it, and then go through and as straight faced as you can. You read out all the options, and then everyone chooses.
How did we freeze? I fixed the computer today.
I'm going to weep openly.
All right, fix it.
Hey, I'm not making a derp face. It's a win.
It looks like I don't know if you guys can hear us when we're frozen.
Yeah, they can.
But it looks like I'm really listening to what she's saying.
Oh wow, we know better.
Oh my god.
All right.
You reset it?
I did.
All right, we're back.
Without fail.
It's funny. I fixed it. I did all the updates.
I needed to fix it. Apparently, you don't have the magic touch. I don't know.
I think it really wants us to go to Windows 11, and it's getting cranky at us.
Not today, Satan. So sorry, you were about to drink. That would have been bad. Anyway, we were talking beyond balderdash. So you pretend that you know the answer. You're like, I'm gonna write out this definition. Everybody who gets in reads it out. Okay, and you read, and everybody picks and chooses, and then you get points if someone picked yours. You get points if you got it right, if you actually got the definition right, and then of course,
other
you
people
don't get
pick yours.
Yeah, if other people pick yours, you get a point, or
Right.
if you get the definition right. Or you pick the correct definition, you get points.
Standard party game points.
Yeah, it's standard party game point system. But the Beyond Balderdash has more than just the weird antiquated words, okay? It's also got it'll pick a date, like October 23rd, 1942. And you're like, this was the day the toilet was invented or something stupid. You make up all sorts of stuff because it'd be any sort of historical thing. Who knows? And so everybody votes on that. It's also got
I think I would be good at this game because I'm really good at defining words.
It's fun, I'm telling you. Then they also have a person's name, and you have to know what they're put down what they're known for, what they're famous for, and it's a whole gambit of stuff. It's fantastic.
Is it such a way? Is it? I mean, I haven't played. Is it such a way that it's obvious what the card answer is, the way it's worded?
Not really. Now, if people are being dorks and don't write coherent definitions of something, yeah, sure. Because if they're like, it's that thing, then obviously.
No, I'm saying a lot of definitions says a word meaning blah 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 blah. Is it obvious that the first part? Because you look up any definition.
No, they're pretty low key. They're pretty low key. It's not like Urban Dictionary low key, but they're pretty low key. So it's also got movie titles, and you have to write down what a brief one sentence of what the plot is. Oh my gosh,
I would like this.
They're fantastic.
Let's play it. Next game day that we have more than 3 people at, we'll play it.
When is that gonna be? Okay, yeah.
But it's not even here. It's at your school. Maybe I'll show up.
That's easy. I can bring it home
Can
the
I
next
come?
day.
Can I come to Board Game Club?
Yes, they've been begging for you. But anyway.
I can't play now that I'm officially signed up for the World Series of Board Gaming. I cannot play with
peasantry.
with
Is that
Board
what this
Game
is?
Club.
Oh, it's on now. You're a whole new level. Oh,
I am not on any level.
I love your smack talk. This is gonna be good. I can't wait.
Are we done with this balderdash?
We're done with this balderdash and poppycock. Yes. So now we're moving on to my number 104. It jumped up from 137, and I think this is just because, again, got to teach this to people and how much fun and light and fluffy and just good times this game is. It is the cute, adorable, and precious game that is Takenoko. Oh my goodness. If you have not played this game, do yourself a favor and play this game at some point. Find it at a con or something. This is the cutest game. So, base game. You don't even need to have the Chibi's expansion or whatever, but it's cute. You've got all these lovely little hexagonal tiles of 3 different colors of history. Pink, green, and yellow. And you're putting them out the board. You're laying out the board as you play. And they are all different colors of bamboo. And this is not a fancy version of the game, just to show you how cute this game is. You have little bamboo pieces, and they stack on each other. So you can grow bamboo, and it can grow up to 4 in height. I think it's 4 or 5. All of a sudden, my brain. But
17.
I think it's 4. Shush. And so you got these colors. There's a little gardener that comes around and helps them grow. And then there's also a cute little panda piece that I can't show you because he's tiny. And he comes and eats a piece of bamboo when he goes there. And also you've got the object of the game is to get the most victory points from fulfilling all of these objective tiles. And there's 3 different kinds of those. There's some that say, hey, make a certain pattern out of the hexagonal tiles with certain colors. So it's like, okay, that's cool. And then there's also the irrigation. You keep everything watered so all of your bamboo grows. Okay. Then there's also the make sure that the little panda eats certain amounts of bamboo. That's really cool. And then the other one is grow a certain amount of bamboo in a certain pattern. So you have like 2 yellows that are 2 high and a green that's 4, and it'll ask you for that. And then it gives you 6 victory points or something. So you want to fulfill all these cards. As many as possible, and you get to pick and choose those. And each time you roll these dice, and they tell you what the weather is for the day, which is adorable. And it tells you like, oh, it rained, and it scares the panda, and he runs over here, and he eats some bamboo. Or it's raining, and so bamboo grows. Or it's sunny, so you get to do 2 turn, an extra turn this turn instead of having only 2 actions. You get 3, and like all this stuff. Cutest game. It's fun to play with gamers. It's fun to play with family. They have a ridiculously expensive, ginormous version of this game, which looks ridiculously cute. I would play that game in a heartbeat. And it's so much fun to teach other people because everybody just falls in love with the pieces and wants to play this game over and over. So it's hard not to love Takenoko.
Well, apparently...
Who's hating on Takenoko?
Julio doesn't like Takenoko.
Julio!
It's
I'm
alright.
shocked.
It's a great family game. But...
That's funny.
It's funny because you opened up the box, and I remember the last time we did this during one of our videos.
Life Panda.
And I had to open the box for some reason.
Yes.
And it was just pieces everywhere. And I finally just said, killed the insert. I'm like, go away, insert.
Oh, that's right, because we liked the insert. It was cute and everything had its own
But it
little
doesn't
spot.
work vertical at all.
No,
so.
not at all. And if I travel with it and take it to board game day or something, the pieces are just toast. So yeah, no, it's obviously not for everyone. I was teasing.
It's a lie. It's
a lighter game. It's a lighter game. And it's older. This says Golden Geek 2012. So yeah, I'm sure there's games that have aged better, perhaps, but not for me.
What did it mean?
Golden Geek.
Oh, I don't know which one. Probably Family Game, I'm guessing.
Probably. It just says Golden Geek 2012. Yeah, it's a great game. It's a fun game. So yeah, for something. Yeah, it's fun.
Bye, Takenoko.
Yes, Xeris, Takedo, and Takenoko. I can get those confused too for the longest time. The names are so similar, and if you don't play them, like, within time of each other, it's like, oh, which game am I talking about again? Easy to do. So my number 103 is going to make you happy because it's moved up from 135.
It's 103. How is it going to make me happy?
Because it's almost in the top 100. It's getting there. It's getting better with time. It's getting better. 18 Chesapeake.
18 Cheesecake.
Yep, 18 Cheesecake, as our crew likes to call it. Cheesecake. Oh, yeah, the box is all matched. Oh, no, it's not. Dun, dun, dun. I thought this was your favorite, man.
I told you I do not even look at the back of the box.
You loaded the lid, I guarantee it.
No. Well, we can tell.
No.
Let's see if we loaded the lid.
Roulette, Nick? What?
The rule book's on top. That's never a good sign, but no, it's loaded properly.
Mostly properly.
I usually forget to put the rule book in, and I always
we
have
always
to
have
throw
it
in.
off to the side.
But look, if you look, the rule book. Here, let's take
It's
a moment
monster.
here. If you look at the rule book, I don't know if you guys can see.
Yeah,
it.
for an 18XX
no,
kind of game.
No, it's wrinkled up. And whoever's
Gasp.
That's why you don't put the rule book on top.
And yet here it is.
Or the board or anything. The rule book goes next to the board so that it lays flat.
Oh, you like Takenoko better than Takedo because you're taking a bath with a monkey. It's true though. That's
all right. Let's see if you load it. Let's see if you load it right.
What is this?
It's a test.
I didn't know I was getting tested today. I'm trying to make it. Then you take it from me. What is this?
We're on time crunch here.
I thought they would want to see me pass the test. There you go. You're good.
How did we get on a box theme? I blame chat.
It's chat's fault. I like how I threw y'all under the bus. Oh, what now?
I left it the same.
Interesting. So yeah, this one is a perfect starter for 18XX games.
But wait.
Except for...
There's a better one now.
Are you talking about City of the Big Shoulders?
No, 18 Mississippi.
Oh, I have not played that yet. Don't you even have reserve judgment. But for now, for me...
It is a great introductory game.
This is a fantastic introductory game. It doesn't have any of the weird, quirky, rando things that 18XX games have. They're like, it's this, but then we twist it a certain way. This is basic 18XX. If you want to learn how to get into those games, how they work, how to keep track. My thing was keeping track of what your personal money is versus your company money. For me, for some reason, that just blew my mind. Learning how to build the tracks and build the most efficient rails and this and that. It's a lot of fun. I liked the stock system in this. The stock system is really smooth and makes sense to me. And again, I am not like probably the most ideal person for an 18xx game. I don't like to sit and calculate a lot of that stuff. So this was really fun for me to actually get into and try without getting bogged down by all the over calculating and stuff like that. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be like a super champ at it because I don't take the time to like calculate and math out everything. Like, oh, Hunter's going to want to get this engine, so if I wait and do it on this turn, nah. I'm like, I want to play, have fun, and try things. Yeah, no, exactly, yeah. And so sometimes I'll just play to try and see how things work and not calculate all that. Doesn't matter. It's a lot of fun. So. And then if you really enjoyed that game, then you can go and there's all these great 18xx games out there.
Bazillion of them.
A bazillion. You heard the official number.
Bazillion.
And yes, and apparently there's another new one that's really cool too. So
yeah, this one moves along at a good clip. Usually,
it does. It's
a
smooth,
standard 18xx game is about
27 hours,
an hour a player ish or more. This one you can do a full player count game in about 3 hours, which is super fast. If you play less than the full player count, it's going to be even quicker than that.
Fly, 2-player.
It's got a pretty straightforward map. There's not a lot of things going on. The companies, the private companies, I mean, this isn't making any sense, but for a lot of people, but the private companies are pretty straightforward. Everything in the game is very straightforward. The game is designed in such a way that it drives the game on.
Forward, yeah, you're not stuck waiting for things to happen.
A lot of time, if you're playing some of the bigger 18xx games, the players can control. The game could go on for a super long time if the players want it to. This one kind of pushes the game along.
Yep.
It's still probably one of the best introductory games. Like I told Rebecca, I just played 18 Mississippi, which is even quicker, plays even faster, and is even more streamlined. It was actually designed specifically as an introductory 18xx
Oh, that's
game.
interesting.
This one is a lighter 18xx game. It wasn't necessarily designed to be an introductory 18xx game.
Mm-hmm. Now, Corley made an interesting point too, talking about playing City of the Big Shoulders, which is like everything but the rails part of this.
Yeah.
But online will do the scoring and the calculations and stuff for you. Yes, if you're like me and want to actually know how everybody, because you're good at doing math on the fly, so you can look over and probably figure out roughly what I've got pretty quickly when we're playing together. But on the online games, you can see everybody's amounts and you know all the time exactly what everyone has. So if you're more like me and is like, okay, the online versions of the 18xx games are fantastic. And they calculate that stuff for you. They help you, like they won't let you put rails down that don't work. There's stuff like that helps prevent that sort of thing. And so it'll help you save time, especially when you're learning the game. Crazy good. Really love it. And I don't like to play a lot of online games because I really prefer the in-person. But with that, it was so helpful for 18xx. And I like it. I actually do like playing those online. And again, with the benefit of online, we can play with people anywhere that just want to sign up and play. So there's a lot of benefits to the online thing too. But in person or online, 18 Chesapeake is pretty awesome, I gotta say.
It's a good one. It's my favorite one.
Yeah. That's cool. Is it still your favorite now that you played that?
Did I not push the button for 18 Chesapeake, or did I clear it out?
It was the 103.
I don't think I pushed the button.
Scandalous.
There it is. Right there.
18
Cheesecake.
Cheesecake. 18 cheesecake.
But now it's going away.
Get rid of it.
We're on to the next
one. Get rid of it. So this one,
I was so excited about it.
This is so funny. So this is my 102, and it did this ginormous leap up to 102. And I think it's because I played it within the last year. I don't remember.
You played at the board game club? I remember you taking it.
Maybe it was, and I taught them how to play, and they had a ball with it. I taught it to somebody and had fun with it. And it just kind of brought back, I'm like, this is a fun game. And it's a great
I can't wait to see what's one better
game.
than 18 Chesapeake.
Oh, don't even. Okay, whatever.
Oh.
Tales and Games. The Hare and the Tortoise.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, nothing. This is my list.
I'm
list.
I'm gonna
it's
sit over
on.
here and quietly drink my meal
Oh,
water.
not so quiet. Put your pinky up there, Mr. Board Game Snoot. There you are. Yes. So, Tales and Games, Hare and the Tortoise. Okay. Yes, we went from pretty darn heavy to pretty darn light is what we have here.
To a kid's game.
Yeah, to a kid's game. This is a family game. I don't care what you say. This is not a kid's game.
What does it say for the ages?
Well, they put like 7 and up. That's not just kids. They also put that there because they don't want children eating the pieces, but whatever. So anyway, this is the cutest little game. It goes in these little boxes that look like a book. Okay, that's a good selling point, right? And you build a little racetrack. And then you have 5 animals. You got the tortoise and the hare and a wolf and some different characters. And you're going to be placing bets on who you think is going to get first and second. And you get places for first, second, and third, I believe. So if they place in first, second, or third, you get some points. If you get it spot on, like you get who gets first place, you pretty much will win the game. You get a lot of victory points. But you have this hidden information. You have cards, and you deal your cards out. And when you put down, like, say, 2 rabbits, they get to move more than one time. You know, the more cards you put down, the more your character that you're rooting for gets to move. The thing is, you only can play the cards that are in your hand. So sometimes you're going to get dealt a hand, and it keeps moving the one that you want to lose. So there's all these shenanigans and gameplay going on with it, and it's just really fun. It's really easy to teach to people. It's really cute. Oh my gosh, Nessa played this with us. She was teeny. In fact, she was not very good at keeping secrets because she always told us, she would always flip over her cards that told her who she was rooting for, or she would ask questions, or she'd giggle every time she put down the one, like she always wanted to root for the bunnies. You know, she's always loved bunnies. And so if it was one that she was rooting for, she'd be like, hee 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 hee, and she'd put down cards. And we're like, oh, I wonder which one Nessa's playing. But it was so cute. And the kids have fun with this. They have fun playing this. Teenagers have fun playing this. Adults have fun playing this. Even Mr. Talk Smack over here likes playing this. I don't want to hear it.
It's all right.
Yeah, huh? Exactly. It's a cute game. Now, storing it vertically.
See, this is why we get rid of inserts. Right?
No!
That's why we get rid of inserts.
It normally works pretty well. I
No,
just
it
played with it
doesn't.
a lot.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it works
It works
great.
horribly.
No, it's man.
While she's doing that, each of the Tales and Games
yes.
series has a storybook that has the stories
Oh,
in them.
that's true. I forgot about that. And it's a nice touch.
And I just realized.
Did you?
I haven't read Aesop's Fables since I was a wee.
Oh, you haven't?
Wee. I always get this wrong.
Lad. You're a lad.
Wee lad.
You always get that
I always
backwards.
think lass sounds like the boy for
I
some reason.
don't know what your deal is with that. That's funny.
All right. Tortoise and Hare by Aesop.
Are you going to read that?
It's really short.
Oh, okay.
A tortoise and
Tell us
hare
the
were
story.
disputing their speed and were only willing to part company after having agreed upon a day and a location, whatever that means. The hare, relying on its natural speed, neglects to run, lies down beside the path, and falls asleep. But the tortoise, aware of its slowness, trudges on without stopping, surpassing the sleeping hare, and wins the race.
Yay!
Wins the prize.
Yay!
Here's the moral of the story. Quite gifted, but negligent, one is often beaten by the one who puts forth the effort.
Amen. All right.
That's going to be my motto for the World Series of Board Games.
Oh my gosh. I cannot imagine you even remembering to spout that off. That'll be amusing.
What is it, persistent? I don't know what I really forgot what it said.
Hard work and persistence wins the race.
Mm.
There you go. Merry Christmas. Okay. It's adorable. It's ridiculous. Ooh, favorite Aesop story. Ooh, that's tough.
Is there one about the monkey and the tree and the lion or something?
There's like a lot like that. I don't know about a monkey.
What about the crow that puts rocks
I love the
in the
crow.
bottle?
Yeah, it's a jug of water.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love
I
that
don't
one.
know.
I like the crow one. That's a good one.
I like the monkey one. I don't even remember what
You're
it's
a
about.
monkey. All
Because
right.
I am a monkey. That's very true. All right, last but not least, the one that just missed the top 100. So it must be a horrible game.
It's horrible. Hate it. That's why it's just off my top 100. Actually, this is a new game to the list. The first of many new games to the list. And I suspect it may improve a little bit or hover around with more plays.
Yeah, we
I wanna
only
get a
played
better
this
feel
one
of it.
once.
Yeah, but it made quite an impression. Quite an impression.
This is the one time I know the list. I'm not even gonna pretend I don't know the list because I had to put the words
The
in.
words in, yeah.
But the rest of them, except for the top 10, I won't have. They'll all be surprises.
It's a monster. It's one of the big ones, and it's an Ian O'Toole art. Rococo. Isn't that fun to say? Rococo. The
I don't
premise.
think you say it like that.
I'm positive you do. Shush. What cracks me up about Rococo, I'm going to say it like that now just for him. Anyway, with Rococo, I love the theme for this is so ridiculous. You're going to a fireworks party and you need some clothes to wear. And you're a tailor, and you may have tailors, and you hire tailors and fancy people, and you got to get all these materials to make all your stuff. And so you're getting lace, and you're getting all these floofy materials, and you're building it, and then you must sell your fancy clothes to people, and you want them to display it, and oh, it's ridiculous and it's hilarious.
You could sell it. You could rent it out for the ball.
Oh, you could just rent it out.
Yeah.
Hoity-toity. So, but there's different layers. So like, and depending on who buys it, they have better seats, and they're going to be showing off their clothes better and all this stuff. Okay. So it's actually a heavy game, but the theme is so ridiculous and light and floofy. I mean, I'm like collecting lace of all things. But this is such a hoot. Okay. Yes, roll those R's. I know.
I can't roll.
Hunter can't roll them. He's just jealous.
Rococo.
What was that?
I don't know.
So the board is okay. The board's cute. The board is massive. It's massive. I apologize in advance for even starting
this. What are you doing?
I'm building the board. It's insane. So, is that the right? Yeah. Okay. So you can see.
Well, there's
a fireworks.
Players,
yeah, but that's fine. You can see
This is the 2 and 3 player side.
Yeah. Is this ridiculous or what? There's all these different levels where everybody can be and sit, and you get bonus points if you're putting them in the middle in certain sections. Control. It's area control. You get bonuses for having the most people in these certain areas that are all blocked off. So yeah, craziness. But here's what's really fun. Where's the cheesiness? Where's my lace? I got to show you all the lace. This is ridiculous. Okay. So, yes, the pieces. Oh, this piece that I just threw is a whole floof. I don't know what they measure. What's a measurement of a bunch of lace? It's a floof of lace. It's a floof.
I don't think floof is a measurement.
It's totally the technical term. And then you've got thimbles. Okay, you've got actual little thimbles. And the pieces all have these nice flourishy scroll work on it, and I love that. And then the golden thimble is your first player piece. I love this. It's so nerdy. And then Hunter got this ridiculous, insane version that's got metal coins and all sorts of nonsense. But look at these card backs. Even the card backs are all fancy. Rococo. I love it. You love that, don't you?
I don't love the way you say it.
You love it. But it's got this ridiculous, gorgeous insert. I think, what did you get? Is this this is the deluxe edition.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So this is the, yeah.
I don't think they sell the original anymore.
Oh,
I could be
sad.
wrong. I don't know.
But maybe either way, I mean, it helps to have your floof of lace, okay? Don't call it a skein of lace. Oh, that's not the word. Okay. Yeah, I know. It's a floof. Because lace can't be, like you said, it's not like a skein.
Yeah, they just call them lace tokens. They call them bales of silk, though.
Oh yeah, because a bale, that's a measurement for no, that needs to go in there. But yeah, and it's got these great trays to put all your tiles and stuff in. Heavy duty plastic, crazy ridiculous production value, of course, on a deluxe. No surprise there. Oh my goodness, though, such a cool, fun game. I really like it. The theme is still, again, pretty hilarious, but it's a heavy game. It's a heavy game, guys. But look at them. They're dancing and they're fancy and they're loving it because we made those beautiful clothes. Okay, I'm done now. I'm done harassing you. But it just made the top 100, and I think, honestly...
Can't you take gaming seriously for once?
Oh, my goodness. Because we're very serious here.
It's a bolt. It's a bolt.
That's no fun. It's a floof.
Yeah, this is crazy expensive and probably overproduced, but I love the Eagle Griffin Deluxe games.
Oh, they go all out.
This isn't a Lacerda game, but it's on par with.
It feels like a Lacerda game. It's very heavy,
and it's same production. All the Eagle Griffin,
Lisboa,
and Escape Plan, and Gallerus, and all of them have amazing productions. Yeah. And this is produced the same way as all those games.
It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So again, it's fun.
I didn't put the number down again.
Oh my gosh. Fire my IT guy.
What? Why?
Man.
You need help. He
needs
look,
to get
Rococo Deluxe Edition.
Whoa! Rococo. I'm going to do that forever. Probably? I love that.
Probably what? Why did I say probably?
Rococo should be the inspiration for top 10 episode costumes. Oh my goodness. If I have a Rococo costume, that'd be the most expensive thing ever. We'd have to spend all of our mad YouTube loots to get that. I'm kidding. We get so little. So yes, play Hot Cocoa. Play something good, Danos. Oh my goodness, you're smack talking the
Making
greatness that
dresses
is Rococo.
is a noble endeavor, literally.
Wow.
I just made that one up.
You did. You almost made it all the way through with a straight face too, not being a goober.
That was a good joke.
That was good. It was good.
Good. I just made a dad joke on the spot.
That was terrible. It was terrible. Why are we dropping viewers? No, just kidding. We're not. I'm just teasing.
All right, folks.
So that's it. Those are my 10 that just missed the list. So if you want to see the games that are even better,
so here's the plan.
What's the schedule?
Here's the plan. That's up to you.
Say what?
Here's what's going to happen.
Oh, so it's up to me, but you're
numbers
telling me
100 to 20. No. 100 to 11. That's 9 videos.
Oh, yes.
Number 100 to 11, 9 videos. And sets of 10 are going to be coming out pre-produced. Like, we'll just load them up on the thing. They're not live. We're hoping the first one is Thursday. But I'm busy with work. She's always busy with work. So it's odds are we're probably going to film them this weekend. So better chance that the first 100 to 91 will be next Tuesday.
Yes.
Again, we said this several times. There will not be a live show next Tuesday, 1 week from tonight, because we'll be on a jet plane flying off to the Dice Tower Retreat.
Woo woo.
But Tuesday and Thursday, once we start releasing them, every Tuesday and Thursday at around, I think I'm going to put them at 1 o'clock Central U.S. time.
PM or AM?
PM. 1 p.m.
Okay.
Central time. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're going to release them. And then somewhere on the end of all that, we'll do the top 10 live, and then we'll do an after party live. So look for the first video. I'm just going to say it. Next Tuesday.
Yeah.
We'll be the first video. We'll probably record a bunch of them this weekend, and that way we're ready to go. Every Tuesday and Thursday, and then do the math. Whenever those all run out, top 10 will be live on a Tuesday show, and then the next Tuesday will be the after party.
Woo, party!
So no show next week, but the show after that will be our variety show. That'll be on the 16th. Will be our variety show, and we'll also discuss the Dice Tower Retreat. And we'll probably, if we have time, put together a little montage video of all the
funs,
all the goings on of there, and we'll talk about what happened and what we liked and stuff like that.
That's a lot of stuff.
And
I approve this message.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just doing the rough math. Sometime mid-December will be the top 10. Rebecca's top 10. So
right before you make
standard of daylight time, whatever U.S. time is right now, because the time change is about to happen Saturday
this weekend,
night,
right?
Sunday morning, Saturday night this weekend.
I think it's changing back to standard, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's standard time.
Oh, Nick says, hint, it should be standard time.
So.
Yeah, we're in savings, I think. Yeah.
All right, so.
Fun times.
That's it, folks.
Thank you all for joining us. It was a blast. And
we'll see you.
Keep bringing your lists of all the good stuff to chat with us, too.
Yeah, we'll see you live in 2 weeks. There's the button.
Maybe.
Button.
How about now? Bye. Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Click subscribe to join our wonderful viewer community.
Want to be notified when we upload a new video or go live? Click on the little bell below.